Hi, everybody. Welcome to Speech 1315, the public speaking class. And hopefully you've gotten this far because I've gotten you to the start here. You notice that there's no video there yet because I'm recording that video right now as we speak. But this will be the first thing that you're going to see in the start here. And this is where I wanted you to start because I wanted you to get a chance to get to know the course a little bit, and I wanted to take you on a little bit of a tour of D2L and how D2L works. Now, I'm doing this on my phone. Your computer screen might be a little bit different, but you should still see all of the modules on the side. So you have syllabus, textbook access, start here, week 1, week 2, week 3, assignment drop boxes. So let's go ahead and we'll go through the syllabus in just a second. I'll take you on a little bit of virtual tour first through the weeks. So let's go ahead and start with week 1. So when you get through the weeks, you're going to see that there are the assignment links here. And this is actually a discussion link because your first assignment is your Any Old Bag speech, which you'll get to see mine first. Mine will be posted up there before tomorrow, before things start. So it'll be there for you. But the Any Old Bag speech will be there. And then you see that I've laid everything out by chapters, and also all of the assignments are here as well. So you have chapter 1, which is the PowerPoint and then the video. So I've made videos for most of the chapters. And I've made PowerPoints for most of the chapters, and I'll talk to you in this video about which ones I just want you to read the chapter without really there being a video or a PowerPoint. So you have chapter 1, you have discussion 1, which is 1A. There is no 1B. Just don't worry about that. It's just discussion 1. In fact, while I'm here and talking with you all, I guess I can fix this. While I'm here, and I'll just fix it now so that when you get here, you'll be like, oh, wait a second, he already fixed this. So it's just discussion 1. So it's there for you. But yeah, so there's discussion 1. Let me go ahead and get back. And so you can post on discussion 1. And you'll see in that particular discussion, for discussion 1, and I believe also discussion 2, I have a thing in the PowerPoint that you just go to. So if you want to refer to the chapter 1 PowerPoint for the prompt, it's there. So you want to go to check that out for discussion 1. And if you go to the video, I talk about it as well. Chapter 2, speaker anxiety is there, then the link. Chapter 3, listening, and the link. Chapter 3 also has a discussion attached to it. It is discussion 3, and that's it. Chapter 3 I don't cover until after I do chapter 4, so that's why those are out of place. Chapter 4, audience analysis with the video and the discussion. Chapter 5 is there. And then you'll notice that chapter 6 and 7 are also this week, but they're not there. And that's because I just want you to read those chapters, and those are posted or are in the textbook. I just want you to read those chapters. I don't have actual PowerPoints for them. And it's not because, it's not because of anything other than there's not really a bunch of information that I need to talk about with those. So 6 and 7 are for you to peruse or to look at. And then I have chapters 10 through 12 sort of all combined together into one PowerPoint and one link, one video, and also an outlining video there as well. And then you have the 4th discussion, which covers those chapters. It's actually an introduction. And then chapter 15 is there. You'll notice there's no video link for chapter 15. It doesn't really need one. Chapter 15 is pretty self-explanatory, so I didn't really need to necessarily put a link there for you and put a video. And then you have the Any Old Bag presentation explanation is there. And actually, while we're here, I'm going to move that. So it is up here, actually. So it goes there with your actual Any Old Bag speech. It's not in the place. And then for me, I've got load more because you also have the Hall of Fame speech assignment, which is not due till week 2, but I wanted to make sure you saw it in week 1. The Hall of Fame Dropbox is here. You'll see it here, but you'll also see it in week 2. And then the sentence outline for informative speeches is here too. That's the example outline. That's there for you as well. So let's go ahead and jump into actually the couple of the assignments here. Actually, we'll get to the assignments. I'll get to the assignments after I get to the syllabus. So that's how the weeks are set up. And the only other week I really want to talk about is week 3, because you're going to notice that there's only one set of PowerPoints and one link. That's because chapter 18 and 19, again, I want you to read on your own. And the Learn Smarts are actually assigned for those chapters as well. So you'll just go ahead and complete those Learn Smarts, and that'll be your chapters for chapter 18 and 19. I've actually included discussions for those as well, which deal with special occasion speeches and also deal with group work. So those two you're going to actually complete after you've read those chapters, chapter 18 and chapter 19. So those are just a couple of ones that I don't have actual PowerPoints or links for, and it's just because those are things that I just sort of have you read on your own. We talk about them a little bit in class, but we don't necessarily spend a ton of time discussing those. So week 2 is set up here as well. And so again, went into 1 and 3. I might as well go into 2. So you see chapter 8, 9, 13, 14, 16, and then the review guide for exam 1, the how-to evaluation, how-to speech, the Hall of Fame Dropbox I told you is in both places. The how-to Dropbox is there as well. And then your first exam is also posted there at the end of the week as well. So, and your second exam is obviously in week 2 and posted there too. So you got a chance to see sort of an overview of what the class looks like. And in case you lose sight of where everything is, I put the Dropboxes in one place again. If you put it here, it's going to go to the same place. So the Dropboxes all link to the same spot. So you don't have to worry about which Dropbox you actually drop it in, as long as you drop it in the right assignment. So the Hall of Fame Dropbox, the how-to, the persuasive. And then the toast is just the link that you're going to post for the toast. So those are, that's sort of an overview of how D2L works and how I have it set up for you. Let's go ahead and jump into the syllabus and discuss the syllabus, and then we'll go into the assignments for the class. So let me jump into the syllabus. So let's get this to a point where you can see it. As you can see, my name is Patrick Luster, MS. MS stands for Master of Science. The A is for Andy, which is what I like to be called. So please call me Andy. In an email, you can call me Andy, you can call me Mr. Andy, you can call me Mr. Luster. Any of those are fine. But I never go by Patrick. It's my legal name, so I have to put it there. But it's not what I usually go by. I go by Andy. I don't have an office on campus, nor is anybody going to be on campus. So they've closed campus until June. So we won't be there, but I will be available definitely online, and I'll be available for Zoom as well at the end of each week. Office hours before or after class doesn't exist. My emails are both listed there. They go straight to my phone. If you need to get in contact with me, you can do that. If you send a message through D2L, it goes to my phone as well, so you don't have to worry about that. My office phone is not listed there, and I have a voicemail, which I'll get in contact with you later about. Department chair, the department assistant, and also the division dean's numbers are there. The textbook for the class is the 11th edition of Public Speaking for College and Career with the access code. The online version, the web version of the book, which is attached to the course already. If you saw textbook access, it is there. Sometimes they offer a 3-week free trial, or it might be 2-week, 2-week free trial, which is awesome. If you can get in there, get everything you need out of it, and get done with it in 2 weeks, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. If you can, get away without having to buy the book for the class, I'd go for it. Save yourself some money. Recommended texts, there are none. Prerequisites, you see that, and hopefully you've completed those. I'll let you read a lot of these on your own. Communication policy is important. I usually respond within 24 hours. Most students will tell you I respond within 24 minutes. So I check my email quite often, and it shouldn't be difficult getting a hold of me. Learning outcomes are there for you. I work on a 90, 80, 70, 60 scale. Attendance and participation, obviously. Participation is important in an online class. I will not drop you from the class, so it's your responsibility if you don't continue to drop yourself. Any students who are on my roll at the end of the class will receive a grade. So you want to make sure that you are here and you receive a grade. Let's see. Late and makeup work, I don't accept late work. So everything is due at the end of each week, so make sure you get it all done by the end of each week. Unless otherwise specified, some speeches are not due at the end of the week. They're due in the middle of the week. My goal is to create a safe and effective environment for you, so make sure that you're very respectable to each other in discussion boards. I don't want to see any problems there. I don't want to have to deal with any issues there. And I will just report those issues to Lone Star to make sure that you're not doing those types of things. I will have to contact the behavior intervention team if I have to. Veteran statements, if you're a veteran on campus, make sure you get in contact with them if you haven't already, which I'm sure you probably have. Online learning, all of those numbers are there. I am not a DTL genius. I don't know the ins and outs of how the software works. I know how to do everything I'm supposed to do with it. But I don't, I can't handle outages and things like that. For those things, you want to call VTAC or get on VTAC chat, and those numbers and lists are there for you. The Kingwood Library information is there. So the speeches, there are 5 for the class. You have an introduction speech, which is the Any Old Bag speech, which we're going to talk about, the Hall of Fame speech, the how-to speech, persuasive speech, and the holiday toast. For the Hall of Fame speech, the how-to speech, and the persuasive speech, you must turn in any outline for those speeches. You're going to post those outlines to D2L in the drop boxes, and that's how we're going to do those. There are 2 exams. The chapters are there for you. D2L discussions, there's 10 discussions over 10 of the chapters. They're worth 5 points each for a total of 50 points. You get 2.5 points for posting, and you get 2.5 points for responding to another student. So you want to make sure you do those. Learn Smart, you're going to be required to complete 10 Learn Smart assignments. Those are attached to your textbook online, their textbook online experience. Those are worth 5 points each, and it's a completion grade. And those are due each week in relation to the chapters. So you want to make sure you're completing those 10 chapters that are in relation. The first 4 are due in week 1, then 3 in week 2, and 3 in week 3. The speeches. So some online speech requirements. It's important to talk about this. All speeches must be uploaded to YouTube, and the link has to be provided to your outline at the top. So at the top of your outline, you need to give me your link to whatever your YouTube video is. You will post via unlisted on YouTube. This may require you to create a channel, which is easy, and if you have trouble, I can help you, or there are tons of YouTube videos that can help you set up a channel on YouTube. But you must post to YouTube. There is no exception to this. You will be using YouTube to post your videos. They will be unlisted. Nobody else will be able to see them except for me. So as long as you don't share the link with somebody, if you share it with somebody else, then they'll be able to see the video. But you need to post unlisted for these videos. And you must post them to YouTube. You cannot upload them to D2L. You cannot send them to me in an email. You cannot send them to me anywhere else. You must post them to YouTube. However, I will offer Zoom sessions at the end of each week. We'll talk about times. We'll discuss those with people who might be interested in doing that. But if you want to do Zoom sessions, we'll do those on Fridays. They'll be provided if you cannot do YouTube. So we will do Zoom sessions for your speeches if you want to do that. No editing of speeches. Don't put music in your speeches. I've had students do that this semester. It is not something that you need to be doing. No editing, no music. Don't put anything in your speech. It should just be your speech. I also suggest not doing your speech outside. Doing it outside, you get a lot of air noise, you get a lot of wind noise. You want to try to avoid that as much as you can. There is, as far as I know, no audience requirement for the speeches. I have not been told whether or not that this is going to be waived again, but I don't think that I don't think it's a good idea for you to have 6 people together in a room, especially to gather them up to do a speech. I think that's just a stupid idea at this point because of what's been going on. So as far as I'm concerned, there is no audience requirement for the speech. If you can have an audience, it's definitely something that you should try to do. This is a public speaking class. You're supposed to have an audience. If you can get your parents to watch it, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your roommates, you can get them to watch the speech and get them in the video, then that's fine. That's great, and that's a good thing. But if you can't, if you don't feel safe doing that, don't do it. I 100% do not want you to have to do that. The 6 speeches for the class, or sorry, 5 speeches. Scare you for a second. The 5 speeches for the class. So you have the any old bag speech. You're going to be uploading a speech to YouTube with 3 items. So, and I'm going to post it up. You'll get to see it. No weapons or anything that might get me fired. In case you wouldn't be allowed to be bring to class, you still shouldn't put in a video. And a bag. It can be any type of bag. You want to try to avoid book bags. And this is interesting because you get to pretty much choose whatever bag really has significance to you in the house. You're going to discuss these items. Tell us about them. Tell us why they're significant to you. And then you're also going to show us the bag and tell us why the bag is significant to you as well. You are going to share these videos not just with me, but with the entire class. This is a shared assignment. This is for everybody to get a chance to see them. That's why it's in a discussion board and not in just a Dropbox. So you're going to be posting these up to YouTube. We're all going to get a chance to see the links. We're all going to get to see these particular videos. So this should be 1 to 2 minutes. Shouldn't be too long. And you also want to research 2 interesting facts about the year that you were born. So I want to know 2 interesting things that happened in the year that you were born. The second speech, the first major speech, the Hall of Fame speech. This is where you're going to induct somebody into an imaginary Hall of Fame. And this is where, at one level, you're sort of doing this and doing this on an informative level, informing us about this person. On another level, you're persuading us that this person belongs in the Hall of Fame. You can have unlimited note cards, and by the way, you can have unlimited note cards for any of these speeches, but I don't suggest you read out your speech word for word. That just basically pushes you to read it. And this is not public reading, it's public speaking. And reading will definitely hit your grades. You don't want to do that. So Hall of Fame speech is inducting somebody into an imaginary Hall of Fame. And the how-to speech is actually basically teaching us how to do something in a 4 to 6 minute speech. And you have to have at least 3 sources for the speech. And I give you an explanation of how to cite sources here. I'm not going to read that to you, but that's something you can do. But the how-to speech could be how to, you could show us how to make something, or it could just be an explanation of how to do something. But it's really important with that speech that you don't make your main points the actual steps. You don't want to do steps as main points. So let's say you want to do how to bake cookies. You might do, first we're going to discuss the different ingredients you need. Second, we're going to discuss the steps of baking it. And then finally, we're going to discuss how to enjoy them. Those would be definitely a good way to set that speech up and not as steps. Because steps are just not interesting and it doesn't work very well. Then you have the persuasive speech. And the persuasive speech is where you're going to be persuading us to change our minds about something, persuading us to do something, or maybe persuading us not to do something. And this is something where you get to sort of choose something that you're really passionate about, something you really care about, and something you want to try to fix in society. And that's the persuasive speech. And then you have the celebratory toast. So 2 to 3 minute toast at the end. Which is, you can toast a holiday, you can toast an occasion, you can toast, pretty much anything that you want the class. But basically, it should follow all of the elements that a toast should have that you're going to read about in Chapter 18. The course schedule is there for you, chapters 1 through 7, and in week 1, discussions 1 through 4, so on and so forth, and you can read those on your own. So I wanted to go through the syllabus with y'all, make sure you get a chance to see what that looks like, and discuss that. And then the actual assignment sheets are in there for you, and I've sort of already covered them all, so I'm not necessarily going to cover them all again. You can read those on your own. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Don't be afraid of getting in touch with me. I will most certainly help you out as much as I possibly can. I look forward to this 3 weeks. I wish we were doing it face-to-face, absolutely, or at least, it was supposed to be a hybrid class. I was really hoping, to get a chance to see people. I was hoping we would get through this crisis by now. It feels like it's been years. I know it's been 3 months, but I do care about you. I do, I know that you're brand new students to me, but I really do care about you. And I really look forward to these next 3 weeks and getting to know you all a lot more. Especially with the Any Old Bag speech, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. So that's all I have. I look forward to seeing you all in the annual bag speeches. And again, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care.